There seems to be a new way of understanding and practicing spirituality that has been booming for the past few years. Meditation was seen as woo-woo and hippie. Now it's common practice that companies are implementing to improve employees' well-being and productivity. Even CEOs are in it. Esoteric media is rising and channels like Gaia are becoming more and more popular. Trips to Asia with the objective of finding yourself and your place in the world doesn't surprise anyone anymore.
The whole spiritual thing, I like to believe that I believe in things like that as well.
And the word enlightenment or awakening has been bastardized and thrown away that much that it has lost any meaning that it could have. And obviously, this spirituality boom doesn't come alone. It's going hand in hand with the downfall of traditional religion, including Christianity, Buddhism, and Hinduism. Studies suggest that young adults are less likely to adhere to specific religion, especially in the US, Canada, and Europe, where the standards of living improve every year. They are so tired of dogma, of mindless tradition and purposeless rituals, and there's no need anymore to believe in a heaven that helps them cope with the burdens of everyday life. Modern spirituality might believe it's superior to other forms of religion since it's claimed that's based on science. Whether this science shows the benefits of mindfulness, the existence of a mind and the rejection of materialism, UFO appearances, sacred geometry, paranormal activity, past and future life, or even intelligent design. But in my opinion, this form of spirituality is committing the same mistake as its predecessor, just in a different form. The human condition is a strange one. As far as we know, we are the only species aware of our own existence and have the gift of reason. Although some animals can show some signs of knowledge, they are a far cry from what we experience as life. This same reason that separates us from other animals and enables us to create language, philosophy, science, society, and technology also make us wonder, almost naturally, about the world, reality, and ourselves. And in this way, questions like where do we come from, what or who am I, where are we going after we die, what's reality, what am I doing here, what is my purpose, and if there's a God, are plain inevitable. But, as I said, the human condition is a strange one. Although we are born with the miracle of reason, we are also born utterly ignorant. We don't come to this world with an intuition that might help us answer these questions. We are not even born with a clue on how to respond to them. Unfortunately, life doesn't come with instructions. We exist in the sea of ignorance that doesn't really get better when we grow up. We just learn to avoid it, individually and collectively. But it's in the same darkness that religion appeared, and for the mass of people, any answer is better than no answer at all. So, how do religions get created? It all begins with some guy like Jesus, Buddha, or Muhammad who claims to have had some mystical or religious experience. And whether or not these claims are ultimately true or not, it rings true for a good number of people, and since these figures are probably very charismatic and their message resonated with the masses, their teachings become popular. After a few generations, we tend to see that these mystics' teachings become bastardized, and pointless rituals and beliefs are created and mindlessly followed. That's the main criticism that modern spirituality makes about traditional religions. They're a collection of beliefs with no basis in science nor in reality at all. Beliefs that are not grounded don't really respond to our inherent existential doubts. They end up leaving us in the same place where we started, not really knowing what the fuck it's all about. But what about modern spirituality? Defenders of this type of spirituality state that they are different from traditional religions, as in their claims are not unfounded belief but scientifically supported ones.
Science fiction is the imagination of consciousness creating its future.
Yoga and meditation practitioners assert that they are actually feeling better and overall happier. Science supports this claim. Claims like everything is one, reality is made out of consciousness, or I am energy are said to be founded on the science behind quantum physics and are easily seen in documentaries like The Secret or What's the Bleep.
Quantum physics, power of thought.
Modern materialism, what God was.
What is reality?
Living in a big holodeck.
Inside of your head.
Different levels of truth.
And on the extreme side of the spectrum, we can even find people maintaining the existence of intergalactic civilizations, non-physical aliens, and even parallel realities. But here's the catch. Whether it's aliens, out-of-body experiences, psychic powers, paranormal phenomena, or claims about the nature of reality, whether these facts are true or not, at the end of the day, they cannot satisfy our essential ignorance. Beliefs based on science, and mostly pseudoscience, will never clear our existential doubts. Actually, not even facts will ever clear them. If we notice carefully, science can prove that we are made out of mind or reality is made out of atoms, but deep inside, we really don't know. We are still ignorant of the fundamental aspects of our lives and reality. Tell me really, what's looking through your eyes right now? You can believe whatever you want, science-based or not, that you're a brain, a soul, a spirit, but actually, realize it doesn't matter. You still have no clue what you are. You just happen to believe something to soothe your ignorance. What's the nature of reality? We can see it, touch it, feel it, but if you think about it, it's an indirect way of perceiving stuff. They're just electrochemical signals happening in our brains. We never really know the thing directly. What happens after death? Nobody has yet to die and come back to life. And even if they did, it will be just a belief for you and for me since we have not experienced it yet. Again, and as we've seen, we have no clue about the fundamental aspects of reality and ourselves, no matter what we believe or think. So it seems we are in a crux here. We are born ignorant and we have no way to find out the answers. We never experience the true nature of anything, our senses are indirect, and logic falls short for these tasks. But there's a way, although not really known and recognized in our culture. What if there's a way to know something prior to thought, logic, perception, and even experience? In a way, you and the thing are one and there's no separation between you and it. It's a new way of knowing that transcends the mind and cannot be understood logically. This new way of knowing, it's usually called awakening or enlightenment, but it simply means that you have a direct experience related to some fundamental aspects of reality, whether that's you, life, reality, or death, which is prior to any conclusions or perception. Pretty weird, right? Well, it seems possible, but this possibility is unfortunately unknown by many of us, and it probably doesn't help that people usually need to contemplate for hours and days on end to have an insight. For example, Buddha is said to have sat under the Bodhi tree for 7 weeks in a row before having one. What's really interesting here is that different mystics through the ages describe this enlightenment experience in very similar ways, although they never interacted between each other. To be honest, it seems very possible to have an enlightenment experience, and even if it's a tiny fraction of a possibility, it's way better than believing something, right? Believing will never make our existential angst disappear, no matter how valid those beliefs and facts are. The fundamental problem with religions as well as modern spirituality is the same. They make you believe in something, just with apparently different degrees of validity. They don't foster personal discovery or hold the possibility of becoming conscious of something for ourselves. They end up missing the point completely. Our doubts will not be cleared by faith or beliefs, only an enlightenment will. And it's almost certain that this is what Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, and many more had. So if you're tired of listening to the same dogma over and over again and are ready to take this exploration for yourself, know that there's a way. If you're interested in this possibility, I suggest taking responsibility for the matter and do some research. Some teachers I recommend is Peter Ralston, Ali Yashanti, and Robert Spira. If you want to make an extra step, start contemplating who you are or what you are. I'll make a video soon about how to contemplate that will be helpful for this matter. Okay guys, this is it. Thank you very much for watching. We have a website called Inerize.com. If you want to subscribe to our newsletter, it's inerize.com/subscribe, and our Instagram handle is @Inerize1. Thank you very much. Peace.